Darkspeed found himself pushed flat to the ground by some unseen force above him. The force then multiplied, and he was pushed hard enough to crush him. Darkspeed was in the red bench room with the others. They walked out to see Connors hovering above the pit. "Work on your game plan for Monday. I'm hoping to be impressed. Darkspeed, have the pit cleaned up and put the harnesses away," Connors said and flew away. Darkspeed took off his harness and dropped it. "Olympian, see to the details." Darkspeed ran back to the dorms and saw Connors fly in through a skylight. In an instant, he was at Connors' apartment door, pounding on it. Connors opened the door and looked at Darkspeed. "What?" "I need to talk to you, now." "Come in," Connors said and let him into the apartment. Inside, Connors shut the door and squared off with Darkspeed. "What's on your mind?" "Why won't you teach us? Have we done something wrong? Do you want us to fail?" Darkspeed spoke with passion. "Which one of those do you want the answer to? Why won't you teach us? There are some things you have to figure out for yourself. I need you to do this before I can teach you. Give me a clue on what to do, a hint." "I'll tell you what, I'll give you all the answers you want if you tell me you're not smart enough to figure it out." Darkspeed didn't like the sound of not being smart enough. "I am smart, I just can't figure this out." "Then tell me you're not good enough, not superhero enough. Tell me you fall short and need the charity of others to survive." Connor's tone was now insulting. "That's not true," Darkspeed said with force. "You're my coach. You're supposed to help me." No, that's not my job. My job is not to help you. My job is to turn you into a leader. They live, they die, they win, they lose, and it's your fault. You need to understand what that means. Is that why you've set me up for failure?" "I didn't make you fail." Connor's tone changed. "In fact, I give you all the tools you need to win. I even told you how. You just weren't listening. Now out." Connors opened the door for Darkspeed. "You're no help," Darkspeed said. "Go soak your head and think about what I said with that big brain of yours." Darkspeed blinked back to his room and furiously paced. It took him a good half an hour to calm down enough to even take a shower. He was sure Connors hated him. Sitting at his desk, he looked at the sheets he worked up on the other team. Grabbing his notepad, he started thinking about what he had to do right and what his opponents could do. Darkspeed continued for some time looking at the plans he made the last few weeks. Now that he was calmer, he tried to think of what Connors said. "I gave you all the tools you need to win. I even told you how. You just weren't listening." What did he say to me? Darkspeed thought to himself. He stood again and started pacing. The answer was given to him once and he missed it. Finding it was now all-consuming. He thought back to when he first saw Connors and all the conversations he had with him. Darkspeed had a 5 intelligence and the memory to go with it. As he peeled back through his time at Alpha, he started at day 1. He stood still in the middle of his room and concentrated. Trials, chosen as first leader. Time in the dorm, soccer, new dorm, heart of a hero, stand, Birkenhead, sacrifice, reports, incorruptible, weak at home, losing to second team, coach not helping, white board. Darkspeed's eyes popped open. He looked over in the corner of his room where he put the white board Connors gave him. In big letters across the center it said, "Never alone." Darkspeed concentrated and remembered the conversation and what Connors said. "I will give you one hint. Victory will be found in knowing your team. It won't be found in your bedroom." Darkspeed's head felt clear, like he found something. It can't be that easy, he thought to himself. Darkspeed looked out into the common room at the others watching a soccer game. Cautiously, he walked out by the others. "Where's Jet?" "She's with the other lab rats." "You want to watch with us?" Olympian asked. "No. Jilly, would you please get Jet back here? I need to talk to everyone." Darkspeed didn't say anything more and went to retrieve the white board. Virtuoso teleported to the lab and saw all the lab rats sitting around a design table with several sketches. Virtuoso had been learning so much she recognized what they were doing. "Nerve sensors set around the top collar next to the vocal cords for silent communication," Virtuoso said. "That's right. Did you read our minds?" IQ asked. "No, I've just been cramming information into my pretty head." She giggled at the comment. "Did you come to join us?" "No, Darkspeed called a team meeting." "Sure, I just need to get our stuff." She jumped up and used her power to pull a large duffel bag to her hand. "What's that?" "Extra uniforms. See you all later," she said as she held Virtuoso's hand. They were gone before the lab rats could say goodbye. Once everyone was in the common room, Darkspeed began talking. I got this whiteboard from Connors the night we had our first loss. He said victory will be found in knowing your team. I'm not sure I know what he meant, but I think it has to do with us all coming up with a plan. So, who has any ideas? There was silence for a while before Bioforce spoke. You can't be the one to move pins. Why? Darkspeed asked. They know you're going to try. They knew it last time. You're better off being our leader and filling in when needed than leaving to go on their side. Olympian needs a weapon, she said bluntly. Why? I can take any of them, Olympian said. Sure, but it takes time. If you used a weapon like I do, you could bench them faster. For that matter, Midas should make us all weapons, Bioforce said. Not you, I'm making something special for you, she said to Bioforce. Thanks, Bioforce said. We all need to attack in the first instant, Midas said. Why? Olympian said. I can take the fight to them. But look at the teams that won the easiest. Every team member had something to do. The teams that won the easiest had all their members do something in that first second. She should target their healer first, Virtuoso said. What about their stealth? She said. The healer has been underrated in getting more done than the stealth. Not that they're more capable, they're not guarded. She can get the healer first, then go after their stealth, Virtuoso finished. Olympian started his own thoughts, moving in the right direction. Jilly has to get into the game. Leaving her to guard pins is nuts. With her mind control, she's the only one here who could turn someone on their own team. Like we saw Jack do to Armory. I mean, what if someone like her turned me on our team? Yeah, she should do that, she said. Oh, and remember the way Flare kept us from seeing the other side? Jilly could make an illusion to fool the other team. I say we don't bother with the pins. It's a distraction, Olympian said. We take care of business and focus on one thing, bench everyone. After that, Darkspeed can run the pins back and forth. Darkspeed listened as he erased the whiteboard and started writing things down. He started asking his teammates what they thought they could do in the pit. Slowly, strategies started to form, how one team member could work with another. The session lasted hours into the night.